What if I told you that one of the most powerful men in the world once lived in a tiny apartment, sharing one bathroom with 5 different families? What if I told you this same man was so small and weak that bigger boys used to bully him every day? And what if I told you that today this man controls the largest country on earth, owns private jets, yachts worth millions, and even world leaders think twice before challenging him? This is not a movie, this is real life. This is the story of Vladimir Putin. A story that will teach you how a small, poor boy became the most talked about leader in the world. So pay attention, because what you learn today might change your life forever. Let's begin. Part 1. The Struggle. October 7th, 1952. A baby boy was born in Leningrad, Russia. His name was Vladimir Putin, but his life was anything but easy. His family lived in a communal flat. You know what that means? Imagine one small apartment, 5 families, 1 kitchen, 1 bathroom. Every morning, people fighting over whose turn it was to cook, waiting in line just to use the toilet. No privacy, no comfort. This was Putin's childhood. His father had been injured in World War II. His mother worked hard just to put food on the table. They had no money for toys or fancy clothes. But young Vladimir didn't complain. Instead, he watched, he learned, he decided that one day his life would be different. The bully becomes a fighter. At school, bigger boys picked on Putin. Why? Because he was small, skinny, weak. Most kids would cry. Most kids would run away. But not Putin. At age 12, he made a decision that changed everything. He started learning Judo. Every single day he practiced. He fell, he got hurt, but he never quit. Slowly, the weak boy became strong. The bullied kid became a fighter. He earned a black belt, and guess what? Nobody dared to bully him anymore. This taught him a powerful lesson. If you want respect, you must earn it. The spy dream. While other kids dreamed of becoming doctors or teachers, Putin had a different dream. He wanted to become a spy. Yes, a real spy, like in the movies. He was fascinated by the KGB, Russia's secret intelligence agency. These were the most powerful, mysterious people in the country. But becoming a KGB officer wasn't easy. You needed to be smart, disciplined, and highly educated. So Putin worked harder than anyone else. He studied law at Leningrad State University. He learnt German. He stayed focused on his goal. And in 1975, his dream came true. He joined the KGB. The poor boy from the communal flat was now a secret agent. Part 2. The Rise to Power. From spy to politician. Putin worked as a KGB officer in East Germany during the Cold War. He was quiet, smart, and always calm under pressure. But in 1989, everything changed. The Berlin Wall fell. The Soviet Union collapsed. Russia became weak and broken. Putin returned home to a country in chaos. No jobs, no money, no hope. He could have given up, but he didn't. Instead, he started small. He got a job working for the mayor of St. Petersburg. Nothing fancy, just behind-the-scenes work. But here's the thing. Putin was different from other politicians. He didn't talk too much. He didn't make big promises. He just worked. He solved problems. He stayed loyal. And people noticed. The unexpected president. In 1996, Putin moved to Moscow and started working in the government. Then, on December 31st, 1999, something shocking happened. Boris Yeltsin, Russia's president, announced he was resigning. And guess who he chose to replace him? Vladimir Putin. Most people didn't even know who Putin was. But on January 1st, 2000, he became the acting president of Russia. The poor boy from Leningrad was now leading the largest country on earth. Taking control. When Putin became president, Russia was a mess. The economy was destroyed, crime was everywhere, powerful businessmen called oligarchs controlled everything. But Putin didn't waste a single second. First, he took on the oligarchs. These were some of the richest, most powerful men in Russia. They thought they were untouchable. Putin proved them wrong. He forced many of them to leave the country or give up their businesses. His message was clear. In Russia, no one is above the law. No one is more powerful than the government. Second, he focused on the economy. He collected taxes that rich people had been avoiding. He brought order to businesses. He used Russia's oil and gas to bring money into the country. Slowly but surely, Russia started to recover. Third, he rebuilt the military. Russia's army had been weak and outdated. Putin invested billions to modernize it with new weapons, better training, and advanced technology. The world started to notice Russia was becoming powerful again. Part 3. The Power Player. The Strongman Image. Putin is famous for his tough guy image. He's been photographed riding a horse shirtless in Siberia, diving underwater to explore shipwrecks, flying fighter jets, practicing judo. These aren't accidents. Putin carefully builds this image to show the world Russia has a strong leader. The strategic mind. Putin doesn't make emotional decisions. He thinks like a chess player. Every move is calculated. Every decision has a purpose. For example, he built strong relationships with China and India. He created the Eurasian Economic Union to reduce Russia's dependence on the West. He supported leaders in the Middle East, making Russia a key player in global politics. When the US and Europe tried to isolate Russia, Putin found new allies. When they put sanctions on Russia, he found new trade partners. He always has a backup plan. The controversial leader. In 2014, Putin made one of his boldest moves. He took control of Crimea from Ukraine. The world was shocked. Western countries put heavy sanctions on Russia. But inside Russia, many people supported Putin. They saw him as a leader who wasn't afraid to stand up to the West. This is Putin's style. He doesn't care about being liked. He cares about being respected. The wealth and mystery. Today, Putin is one of the richest men in the world. He reportedly owns multiple palaces, including one on the Black Sea, private jets, yachts worth millions, and even world leaders think twice before challenging him. But Putin keeps his personal life very private. He divorced his wife in 2013 and rarely talks about his family or relationships. He focuses on work, not showing off. Part 4. The Legacy. The daily routine. Putin is extremely disciplined. Every day, he wakes up early, eats a healthy breakfast, quail eggs, fresh juice, swims for an hour, works out in the gym, works 12 to 14 hours. At 72 years old, he's fitter than most people half his age. This discipline is one reason he stayed in power for over 20 years. The vision for Russia. Putin's main goal has always been simple: make Russia strong and respected again. After the Soviet Union collapsed, many Russians felt ashamed of their country. They felt weak. Putin changed that. He brought back pride. He rebuilt the economy. He modernized the military. He made Russia a global power. He often says, "A nation that forgets its history has no future." The master of adaptation. Putin has faced economic crises, political scandals, international sanctions, and global isolation. But he always finds a way to survive. How? He stays calm under pressure. He learns from every challenge. He adapts his strategies. He never gives up. He once said, "Leadership is not about staying in power, it's about staying relevant." The lessons. Love him or hate him, Putin's life teaches us powerful lessons. Resilience matters. Life will knock you down, but you must get back up. Think strategically. Don't make emotional decisions. Think long-term. Stay disciplined. Success requires daily hard work and sacrifice. Be loyal. Putin never forgot the people who helped him rise.
Believe in yourself. A poor boy from Russia became one of the most powerful men in the world. So, here's my question for you. What's stopping you from chasing your dreams? If a poor boy from Russia can become one of the most powerful leaders in the world, what can you achieve? Think about it. And remember, success is not about where you start. It's about how far you're willing to go. That's all for today. If this story inspired you, let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next video.